This video captures our recent trip to Lisbon, the largest and capital city of Portugal. Lisbon is one of the oldest cities in the world and the second oldest European capital city, after Athens, predating other modern European capitals by centuries. Bellum Tower is Lisbon's most recognizable monument, a fort that lies at the edge of the Tejo estuary. This little fort has guarded the Tejo estuary since the 16th century. This iconic monument has the Arabic-styled watchtowers and highly ornate exterior, featuring intricate stonework and maritime motifs. The tower was commissioned by King Manuel I and designed by architect Francisco de Arruda. It is a masterpiece of the Manueline style, blending Gothic and Italian Renaissance elements. Sits on the northern bank of the Tagus River estuary, not far from the Bellum Tower, is the 52-meter-high Monument of the Discoveries, which was built to commemorate the 500th anniversary of the death of a key figure in Portugal's Age of Discovery, Henry the Navigator. On either side of the slab are ramps that join at the river's edge, with the figure of Henry the Navigator on its edge. There are 33 statues in total, counting both sides, representing figures from the Portuguese Age of Discovery. The April 25th bridge can be seen in distance connecting the city of Lisbon to Alameda on the south bank of Tagus River. This suspension bridge was designed by the American Bridge Company, with the main span over 3,300 feet. On the pavement in front of the Discoveries Monument, you'll find the Compass Rose and Mapa Mundi, a gift from the Union of South Africa. It is a large marble compass circling a map of the world, with important dates in history marked. Across the street from the Discoveries Monument is the Donimos Monastery, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Lisbon's most iconic landmarks. Built to commemorate Vasco da Gama's voyage to India in 1498, the monastery was constructed between 1501 and 1601 in Manueline style, a unique blend of Gothic, Renaissance, and Islamic architectural elements. The monastery was a royal residence and a center for the Order of St. Jerome, a Catholic religious order. Next to the Donimos Monastery, it stands the National Museum of Contemporary Art, one of the oldest and most important contemporary art museums in Portugal. It features a vast collection of Portuguese art from the late 19th century to the present day. Maritime Museum is also located next to the Contemporary Art Museum. Within the walking distance from the monastery, this red building is Tejo Power Station, which is physically connected to the Museum of Art, Architecture and Technology, MAT. Located on the southern bank of the Tagus River stands the iconic Cristo Rei statue. This massive monument was inspired by the Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, Brazil. Located in the picturesque town of Sintra, the Pina Palace is a stunning Romanticist castle that dominates the hilltop landscape. Climbing to the hilltop on foot allows you to traverse various dense green passages. It is not only a good workout, but also a total enjoyment. Some of the beautiful historical buildings we get to see from the distance during the climb is a bonus. Halfway of the climb, Castle of the Moors sits isolated on the very top of Sintra's hills, surrounded by incredible walls. Built by the Moors in the 8th and 9th centuries, it was an important strategic point during the Reconquista and was taken by Christian forces after the fall of Lisbon in 1147. The castle is an irregularly planned military outpost that follows a 450-meter perimeter on top of a mountainous cliff, oriented southwest to northwest. The Pina Park, designed by King Ferdinand II himself, is a lush and vibrant oasis. Winding paths, picturesque ponds, and exotic plants from around the world create a serene atmosphere. Pina Palace, the former royal residence, once the summer home of King Ferdinand II, is truly breathtaking. The palace was built in the 16th century as a monastery, but King Ferdinand II, a patron of the arts, transformed it into a royal residence in the mid-19th century. The king's vision was to create a palace that reflected his artistic and architectural tastes, blending medieval, Renaissance, and Manueline styles. The result is a fantastical, colorful, and whimsical structure that seems to have emerged from a fairy tale. Chalet de Condes Edla, the charming mock alpine chalet, was designed by Countess Edla in 1869, featuring an exterior decorated with local cork. It is located on the other side of Pina Park. Photos for Inside Chalet. These are some photos of the main palace interior. The The Cruz Alta is a significant landmark and viewpoint in the beautiful Pina Palace Park. These beautiful horses live in the Pina Palace Park. I imagine they would be pulling carriages around in the park during peak seasons. São Jorge Castle is a medieval fortress that has played a significant role in the city's history. The castle sits atop São Jorge Hill, the highest point in Lisbon, offering breathtaking views of the city and the Tagus River. The castle itself was built by the Visigoths in the 5th century and later enlarged by the Moors in the 9th century. After the Reconquista, it was transformed into a royal palace and military barracks. The fortress is in rectangular shape with 10 towers. Visitors can climb up the wall and see all the towers. This seems to be a rather steep climb of a very long stone stairs. These pretty peacocks are roaming around, freely taking food from visitors. Augusta Street is Lisbon's liveliest pedestrian street, paved with Portugal's traditional cobblestone designs, and links the city's two main squares, Rocio and Praça do Comércio. It's a shopping street where international brands coexist with age-old shops. The Augusta Arch is a symbol of the Portuguese capital's recovery from the destruction of the 1755 earthquake. The arch was officially completed in 1875, over 100 years after the earthquake. On the other side of the Rua Augusta Arch is the famous square Praça do Comércio. Some nice sand sculpture arts by the beachside. The National Pantheon, also known as the Church of Santa Engrazia, is a 17th century monument in Lisbon. Located in the historic Alfama neighborhood, it stands as a testament to Portuguese Baroque architecture and serves as a burial site for notable Portuguese. In 1916, the Church of Santa Engracia was transformed into the national Pantheon, a symbol of Portuguese identity and a final resting place for the country's most distinguished citizens. The Pantheon was originally built in the 16th century, but it collapsed twice due to earthquakes and was rebuilt in the 17th century. The current structure was designed by João Antunes and features a unique blend of Italian and Portuguese architectural styles. Moeiro de Salviente de Fora is one of the most important monasteries in the country and contains the royal pantheon of the Braganza monarchs of Portugal. The monastery features an impressive Baroque entrance hall with blue and white azulejo panels, depicting full-length portraits of kings. The monastery is renowned for its beautiful azulejo panels, including the 38 panels illustrating fables by French poet Jean de La Fontaine. The monastery offers breathtaking views of Lisbon from its rooftop terrace. Tram 28 route passes through popular areas like Alfama, Chiado, and Estrela. It was inaugurated in 1914 as part of Lisbon's efforts to modernize its public transportation system. Miraduro das Portas do Sol is a viewpoint in the Alfama district of Lisbon. It offers a beautiful view of the city, the Tagus River, and the rooftops of the lower Alfama district. LX Factory is a 17th century industrial space, restored into a creative hub of culture, food, fashion, art, and nightlife. There are over 50 shops, restaurants, cafes, and bars. Built in 1902 by Raoul Meunier du Ponsard, the Santa Justa lift is a neo-Gothic vertical lift, standing 45 meters tall. It was designed to bring people between the downtown area and the Chiado neighborhood, making it easier to navigate the city's hilly terrain. The lift offers stunning 360-degree views of Lisbon from the top platform, overlooking the Tagus River, the Castle Hill, the downtown area, and the Eduardo VII Park. Lisbon Timeout Market is a modern food hall located in the historic Mercado da Ribeira in Lisbon's trendy Cais do Sodré waterfront district. This small pedestrian street is better known as Pink Street. Almost all of the pavements in the city of Lisbon are small stones. Many streets have narrow pedestrian pathways. Even staircases were made of small pieces of stones. Colorful tile exteriors are seen on many buildings. Creative murals on the walls, some are even on tiles. Well, that concludes our memorable visit in Lisbon. Thank you for viewing.